Hello and welcome back to JW's Dugout. John here. Happy Friday, folks. We made it. The end of the week is here. We're back with another installment of the Hall of Fame Auto Series by class. It's actually part 5 in our ongoing run where we look at each Hall of Fame class and I show off some of the autographs in my collection of each player who was inducted. We're going to continue the series this week, and then I'm thinking we might take a couple weeks off of the series just to give it a little bit of a break. I don't want it to get stale. I don't want it to get dull. I don't want you guys to get bored of my channel. I don't want to keep showcasing the same series over and over again. So I'm gonna take a break and showcase other parts of my collection that I haven't had a chance to feature on the channel here. But I have to say, for this one, I am very excited. So I want to start off the video by setting the scene and use your imagination here for a second. It's Friday night, similar to a Friday night like this. I'm 10 years old. Obviously, I'm not 10 years old. But again, for the sake of this story here, use your imagination. The year is 1995, and there is an incredibly strong chance you would find me planted in front of a TV, locked on TBS, watching one of the Braves' big three take the mound. And if the baseball gods were smiling down at us at that moment, chances are Bobby Cox would also be ejected from the game because, you know, for old time's sake. These are really the memories of my childhood. We're talking Pete Van Wieren, we're talking Skip Carey, Don Sutton, and Joe Simpson, just unbelievable voices of my childhood. And it's really the perfect segue into today's classes, which we're gonna talk about, the classes of 2015 and 2014. 2 incredibly stacked years filled with some iconic names, some of the most important pitchers of the 90s, and then also on the flip side, some of the greatest managerial minds in the history of the game. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna flip the camera around and I'm gonna show off some autographs and we're gonna talk a little baseball. So let's do it. Okay guys, before we get started, just a couple of reminders. If you didn't get a chance to check out the latest episode of my ongoing short form podcast, More Than It Seems, was released yesterday on my YouTube channel. It's about Curtis Pride, a name you guys might be familiar with. Feel free to give it a quick listen. I really enjoyed putting this one together. And then also, starting at the beginning of next week, I've got a couple huge mail day videos that I'm prepping. A lot of key cards that have come in, some that are sitting next to me that I'm going to wait until next week to show off, some that I'm still waiting on. Hopefully they get here before the long holiday weekend, and I'm just really excited to show them off to you guys. All right, so for this video, and actually before we start with the class of 2015, I got to show you something my wife gave me a couple days ago, and I want to get your opinion. She's not thrilled with it. She was kind of hesitant to give it to me. This was just a random gift that she gave me, just because she's wonderful, but also it is quite comical. And for those of you who are Office fans, which I've been an Office fan since day one, you might get a little bit of a Dwight Schrute vibe from this, if you know what I mean. She got me my own bobblehead, and this is supposed to be me. She's not thrilled with the jersey. They gave her a sticker to put the Atlanta for the Braves jersey on here. But yeah, this is supposed to look like me. I don't know. You guys let me know. I have to say, with the hair, I've got what they call a widow's peak, and for whatever reason here, this definitely looks like I have a receding hairline. I mean, I'm in my mid to late 30s here, but yeah, I don't know about this. I think the eyes might look similar to me, but I don't know, guys. I'm still really happy with it. Anytime I can get a bobblehead, and if the bobblehead is me, that's extra icing on the cake, if you will. But you guys let me know what you think of that. We'll stick this guy right over here. All right, let's dive into what we're talking about here. And we're going to start off with the class of 2015, a ceremony that took place on July 26th of 2015. And, this was the first time since 1955 the BBWAA elected 4 players in a single year. No era committee inductees this go around. And this class was headlined by one of the greatest pitchers of all time, and that is Randy Johnson. And this is his 2021 Topps Black auto. These are really clean looking cards. I know some people are just like, but I really like them. I like the design on them. I would never buy a box of Topps Chrome Black because, well, one, I don't open hobby anymore, but Also, you can get some real duds in that in those boxes. So Randy Johnson had 97.3% of the vote. And who doesn't know Johnson? I mean, the big unit was one of the most fearsome pitchers of all time, just a left-handed strikeout machine, 5-time Cy Young Award winner. I was looking at his baseball reference page earlier, 101.1 WAR, unbelievable, 303 wins, 4,875 strikeouts. And if you really kind of look down the back of his baseball card, his stretch from 99 to 2002 was simply incredible. One of my favorite stats is he threw a perfect game on May 18th, 2004. We won't talk about the team that he did that against, Braves. And then he later threw a no-hitter at the age of 40, and he was the oldest pitcher to do so. But just unbelievable stats, 10-time All-Star, 5-time Cy Young Award winner, World Series MVP, 9-time strikeout leader. It just goes on and on and on. Just an amazing pitcher. And he also gave us one of the most famous bird incidents of all time, if you guys catch my drift. So really happy to have Randy's auto in the Hall of Fame collection. Once again, another premier pitcher from the 90s was Pedro Martinez. And this is his 2022 top Sterling. It's numbered 24 of 25. It's got a couple jersey swatches there. And then, of course, Pedro's unique signature. Pedro had 91.1% of the vote. Just an absolutely dominated right-handed pitcher, known for his strikeout prowess and remarkable ERA. And he did so during the steroid era, very, very similar to Randy Johnson. And you got to go back to his 2000 season, posting a 1.74 ERA. Just amazing. 8-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, 3-time American League strikeout leader. Just an exceptional pitcher. Let's get a couple stands here. Put Pedro over here. Every video I drop something. I'm telling you guys. And then we'll put the big unit right there. All right. Next for the class of 2015 is one of the big three, John Smoltz. We'll show off. I wasn't going to show. I have a lot of the Braves pitchers autos, so I'm not going to show off everyone, but we'll put a couple on the screen this way. We brighten the mood a little bit. I think I've actually shown this in a previous video, but Smoltzy, 82.9% of the vote. This is his 2019 Topps Diamond Icons out of 25. That's, what do we got here? 9 out of 25. And then that's his 2024 Finest, which, again, I showcased this a while back. And what an incredibly versatile pitcher. Excelled both as a starter and a closer. He was the 2002 Cy Young Award winner. That same year, he recorded 55 saves as a closer, and then the following year switched back to becoming a starting pitcher. He was an 8-time All-Star, 2-time NL strikeout leader, 213 wins, 154 saves. Just a main ingredient to the Braves' dynastic run, for sure. It's a beautiful card. I really like that one. All right, we'll put Smoltz over here. And then the last one in this class, another guy who's very much underrated in the hobby, and that's Craig Biggio. This is his 2016 Topps 5-star. This is actually the gold that's numbered out of 50, 43 of 50. Biggio, of course, premier second baseman for the Astros, played a little bit of outfield, started his career as a catcher, and then collected more than 3,000 hits and spent his entire career with Houston. But dude basically lived on the base paths. Was just an absolute machine. 7-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove Award winner, 5-time Silver Slugger. Just reading some of these on the back here. One of 8 3,000 hit, 400 stolen basemen. NL record holder with 53 leadoff home runs. I don't know if that still stands. I'd have to look it up. That's actually a stat that I'm not not too well versed on, so I'll have to go back to see if that has held up over the years. But I really, really love the 2016 Topps 5 stars. I love 5 stars in general, but specifically this year, I thought it was a very, very clean design. All right, so that'll do it for the class of 2015. And right now we're going to shift over to the class of 2014, which is one of my favorites for a number of reasons. And you know what? What I'm going to do is, if you guys hang tight for just a second, I got to grab a few things here that I forgot to pull out. Okay. So the class of 2014, the ceremony took place July 27th, 2014, and it was headlined by Mr. Pinpoint Accuracy, the Mad Dog, first ballot electee with 555 votes, or 97.2% of the ballot, Mr. Greg Maddux, one of my all-time favorites. And this is his 2021 Topps Diamond Icons out of 25. You can see that I really do love the design of Diamond Icons, numbered 17 of 25. And what can you say about Maddux, Mr. Control? I mean, he could hit a gnat on the corner of the plate if he wanted. And the first thing I think of when I think of Maddux is pitching intelligence and defense. Won 18 consecutive Gold Gloves. He did that from 1990 to 2007, and that remains unmatched by any pitcher in history. He had 355 career wins, 8-time All-Star, 4-time NL Cy Young Award winner. And that took place during that stretch from 1992 to 95. An absolute insane stretch. He was 75-29 with a 1.98 ERA. He allowed fewer than one base runner per inning, which just, oh my God, it's unbelievable. I love his 95 stat line too. 19-2 with a 1.63 ERA, 181 Ks, 23 walks in 209 innings. Just unheard of. If you haven't had a chance to watch the doc that's on the MLB Network, definitely recommend it. They do a lengthy interview with Barry Bonds and a breakdown of a couple of his at-bats. Just fascinating stuff. So there's Mad Dog. Then sticking with the Braves, another first ballot Hall of Famer, and that is Tom Glavine. Here's another Tom Glavine, just for good measure. I didn't pull out all my Maddux, but I figure I'll showcase that in a separate video. What do we got here? This is his 2017 Topps Definitive. This is numbered 23 of 40. Really clean, good-looking card. Love the image that they used on that card as well. And then this is his 2017 Topps Archives Signature Series. And this one's actually 3 of 4, which I think I showed off in a previous video, but this is 2000 Topps Gallery. Nice big signature for Glavine right there. But Glavine, I mean, just sure-handed, steady ace. One of the most prominent left-handers in baseball history, and really just known for his ability to outthink hitters. 305 career wins, 2-time Cy Young Award winner, of course, World Series MVP in 1995 when the Braves won it all. The other major piece of the puzzle for the Braves, incredible starting rotation during that stretch. All right, next up, Frank Thomas, another first ballot with 83.7% of the vote. This is his 2021 Topps Tier 1. Kind of a high number, out of 157. I think that's, what do we got here? 150 out of 157. But the big hurt, dominant first baseman in DH, won 2 MVP awards. He's actually one of only a handful of players to hit over 300 with more than 500 home runs and over 1,700 walks. Just a shade under 2,500 hits, and just the accolades stack up from there. I had so many friends growing up. This was their guy. Everybody loved Frank Thomas. Everybody. Okay, so we'll put the big hurt right there. And the next 3 are the managers who were elected, and we're going to start off with my guy, Bobby Cox. Now, all 3 managers that were elected here came in by the era committee. This is Bobby Cox's 2003 Upper Deck Pride of New York Yankees Signature Series. Of course, Cox in his playing days played for the Yankees. And then I also have a couple other autos I want to show off that I actually was lucky and fortunate enough to get in person. I actually got this randomly enough. I was at Petco Park way, way back in the day, like right around the time that the stadium first opened. And I was lucky enough to grab Bobby's autograph in person. He was a very generous signer when he was managing the Braves. The other one I have is, I believe I got this one in Atlanta. This is Bobby Cox on the sweet spot. And then there are a number of random Braves from, I want to say, and if there's any Braves fans watching this video, you can help me out. I think this is from the 2007 season because you've got, and I'm going to go through here. I think I know all the autographs. You got Kelly Johnson. That's definitely Jeff Francoeur. Willie Harris, a name you might recall. Okay, these are a little bit tougher. Number 20, I believe, is Scott Thorman. And then I think somebody can help me out with this. I think 31 at the time was JoJo Reyes, the starting pitcher. But help me out with that if you guys know. And then this, I am 99% sure, is Buddy Carlisle, if you guys remember that name. But this ball is getting a little bit discolored. I'm not thrilled with that. I try to keep it obviously out of the sunlight. I've got a ball case here that does not hit any sort of sunlight. But I'm very proud of this one. This one is in really good shape. And I will hang on to this one forever. It was great to see Bobby. They celebrated the anniversary of the 95 team, what was it, like a week ago at Truist Park, and Bobby showed up for the first time in a couple of years. Obviously, he had the stroke, but it was really, really good to see him back at the stadium. And then, you know, what can you say about Bobby? I mean, widely recognized as one of the greatest minds in baseball history, known for developing winning teams. He's a two-time World Series champ. He won a World Series in '77 with the Yankees as a coach. Of course, 1995 with the Braves, and then he was four-time Manager of the Year. He recorded a 100-win season 6 times, a record matched only by Joe McCarthy. So it doesn't get much better than Bobby. All right, on that kind of same theme, another strategic mastermind is Tony La Russa. Love him or hate him. And honestly, many people I know are not big Tony La Russa fans, but you got to kind of take it for what it is. And Tony La Russa was an innovator. Multiple World Series titles with different teams. He had over 20, I think it was 2,800 career wins as a manager, and he's second only to Connie Mack. Won 3 World Series with one with the A's in 1989, and then he won 2 with the Cardinals, of course, in 2006 and 2011, and 4-time Manager of the Year. This one here, I didn't mention what the card was. Is the 2015 Panini Cooperstown card, on-card auto. And I like this series. I like how they showcase, you know, the exterior of the Hall of Fame, and these are on-card autos, and it's nice to be able to get some of these names. Of course, they don't have the license, but I mean, you don't really need it for this situation. So really happy to have that one. All right, and last but certainly not least, I mean, I guess depending if you're a Yankee fan or not, is Joe Torre. And again, this comes from the same set here, the 2003 Upper Deck Pride of the New York Yankees Signature Series. What can you say about Torre? I mean, he is a unique individual in a sense that he was a premier player during his playing days, and then a unbelievable manager. 4 consecutive World Series championships, of course, with the Yankees in the late 90s. A feat unmatched in the modern era. As a player, he was unbelievable. 9-time All-Star. Of course, he won the MVP in 1971. Manager of the Year multiple times with the Yankees. And the interesting stat here, of course, is he is the only major leaguer to achieve both 2,000 career hits as a player and 2,000 wins as a manager. And I don't know if we'll ever see that again. I mean, That's not going to come around again. It's such a unique situation to have somebody who excelled as a player who also, manages for such a long period. But we'll see. You never know. These are good looking cards. I always like this set. All right, so that is it for the classes of, what do we got here, 2015 and 2014. I thank you guys as always for watching and for stopping by the Dugout. Feel free to give the video a like, drop a comment. Let me know which of these cards are your favorite. And again, just to remind you, we had the 4th episode of More Than It Seems, the short form podcast released yesterday on the channel. So make sure you check that out. Check out any of my other videos that you may have missed over the course of the last week or two. And like I said, we'll take a couple weeks off of doing this series and then we'll get back to it. I just don't want to make things too stale for you guys. We've got some exciting content coming out next week. I really hope that everybody has a great holiday weekend. It'll be nice to have Monday off and spend some time with the kids. Hopefully get outside before everybody goes back to school. I've got 2 that are starting preschool on Tuesday, so it should be interesting. But I really appreciate you guys as always, everybody who subscribes, everybody who watches. My hat's off to you, and we will catch you next time.